So what do you do if you spot an endangered animal eating an endangered plant? You get a squirt bottle and separate them like a couple of dogs or something? Okay, so as of this recording, a week or so ago, I posted my demo of the new Joyo dark flamed modern high gain distortion pedal, and the viewer feedback on that video was very, very positive. You guys seem to enjoy it quite a bit, so thank you very much for those of you who took the time out of your schedule to watch it. Now, the one question that I was asked in the comment section of that video, far more than any other, quite honestly, far more than any question I've been asked recently at all, was what is the difference? You know, how does the Joyo Dark Flame compare to that of the Joyo Uzi Distortion? Well, you know, the Uzi I actually demoed on my channel about a year and a half or so ago. It's been a while now, so I certainly encourage you to go back and check out that video as well as the demo to the Dark Flame that I posted last week. Purpose of this video is to put them up head to head. So we're not going to do any full tracks or anything like that. We're going to put them in as close to identical as possible environments and shoot them out. Okay, so let's go through how I've got this set up, because I didn't just want to go, you know, 2 distortion pedals straight into the same channel. I wanted to make sure that each distortion pedal had its own individual signal path that they were completely identical. So I'm using an ABY switcher, and that's splitting into one pedal, and obviously the other pedal, the Dark Flame being the A side or the red LED, and then the Uzi is the B side. And then from here, both of these pedals are going into 2 separate inputs on my interface. And I am using a virtual amp from Amplitude 5 of a Roland JC120, just a clean channel on a Roland JC120 for each one of these. So the idea here being that we want as identical of a signal path between both pedals, as identical as possible anyway. And again, from there, we're going into the 2 front inputs of my interface. My interface, by the way, is a Focusrite 18i20 2nd gen. And again, the Amplitude virtual amplifier of the Roland JC120 set on the clean channel. We are not using the speakers in the combo. Instead, I opted to use the 2 notes Mesa Boogie impulse response virtual cab that I use in most of my demos to keep that somewhat consistent with what you have heard in the past. All of the controls on the JC120 are at 12 o'clock with the exception of the volume, which is about 9 o'clock. And the distortion and the reverb are turned all the way off. So we just want a clean channel of an amplifier going into a into a big 412 cabinet. Here we go. Again, I'm going to encourage you to go check out those separate demo videos of those pedals that are both up on my channel. I will leave links down in the description as well as up here in the card. That might help you get a better idea of how they perform in a mix. And there you go. That's what they sound like. The Uzi is, you know, the biggest differences between the two. The Dark Flame, of course, seems to have more output. Quite honestly, 12 o'clock on the volume control seems to be just fine. The Uzi seems to struggle at 12 o'clock. Uzi had to be bumped up a little bit more. Differences in sound. The Uzi is basically a hot rodded Marshall type of sound. The Dark Flame is more of a modern high gain distortion. You know, the Dark Flame is a clone of the Rev G3 distortion pedal. The Rev G3 is based on, I believe, I want to say it's based on the middle channel, channel 2 of the second generation Rev generator, but I could be mistaken about that. Yeah. Regardless, Rev are a Canadian company, and the G3 costs, I think, $219 right now. It sounds fantastic, but it's not a cheap distortion pedal. You know, if you're not in the market to spend $200 plus on a distortion pedal, that's why we now have the Joyo Dark Flame, and it does a really, really good job of getting really, really close in sound to the G3. Maybe if I get a hold of a G3 one of these days, I'll put them up against each other and see, you know, if there's see the subtle nuances. So there you have it. That's the difference in sound. That's my thoughts. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.